Len Bilodeau. I'm CEO of the State Capitol Publishing Museum.
I'm Cord Stockwell. I'm board chair of the State Capitol Publishing Museum.
We are so excited to have such a great turnout and so many great sponsors that have helped us out for this. We've got some great auction items. We have Justin Eccles here. He's in the Oklahoma Jazz Hall of Fame, just an amazing performer. We have great food here with Granny Had One serving the heavy hors d'oeuvres, and we're having a ball.
Yeah, and don't forget Wanderfolk here with the spirits.
Oh, yeah.
This room is full of all the friends that helped us get to this point. It has been a long and labor-filled road, but this night is the payoff, and the energy in this room is amazing, guys. Just an amazing evening.
My name is Len Bilodeau. I am CEO of the State Capitol Publishing Museum. We're here in beautiful downtown Guthrie, Oklahoma, and we are in the State Capitol Publishing Museum building. This building was built in 1902, has a lot of very unique features, and it holds a lot of Oklahoma history, both through the territory on into statehood.
The original State Capitol newspaper building was on this site, and it burned to the ground Easter Sunday in 1902.
This building, from Easter Sunday morning 1902, when they decided to rebuild, until it opened by the end of October 1902, was less than 7 months. And it is amazing that they built this structure in such a short period of time without modern machinery. The craftsmanship on this building is absolutely amazing. This building was donated to the Oklahoma Historical Society in about 1975. November the 16th in 1907, the telegram from Teddy Roosevelt came through the teletype into this office announcing that Oklahoma was going to be the next state in the Union.
It was on this balcony where statehood was announced for Oklahoma on November 16th, 1907.
Most stories have a good, a bad, and an ugly. This building is no exception. We've shown you much of the good: fabulous architecture, rare artifacts, glorious history. People come in and look at the first floor and they think, hey, this building isn't so bad. While a few things have been restored, only the proverbial surface has been scratched. Don't be fooled. The truth is, this building teeters on the precipice of being lost to history. Many historic buildings in Oklahoma have been lost to history because no one cared enough to invest the time and the money necessary to bring them back. To save this building will take commitment, time, and most of all, money. If we cannot raise the money to save this building and its contents, this building will likely perish. This building is not only useful as a museum that can educate today's youth in a hands-on way to see what their ancestors had to do to get things into print, things they do with a computer or smartphone today with just a few keystrokes. There is a lot of unused office space that could be rented to like-minded organizations. There are large rooms that could be used for community events, but without funds, none of that can happen. We have identified a minimum of $10 million worth of work that we need to do to this building to bring it into the 21st century, to make it a place of education for every school child in Oklahoma, to open it as a museum on a regular basis to the public. All 143 of the windows that open and close need to be replaced. Most of the inner windowsills are rotting away. Much of the lath and plaster ceiling on the top floor has fallen off from previous water damage. The building has no heat, let alone modern HVAC. Just to fix the current heating system would cost in excess of $160,000, and the building would still be without air conditioning. We had previously estimated a minimum of $500,000 to do an external elevator that would also double as a fire escape. We have since actually had an elevator company with the contractor meet with our architect and our structural engineer. The minimum cost to do that external elevator will be $830,000. Understand we are in a period of high inflation, and that estimate was given. Understanding that we are in a time of inflation, that price can only go up from now. The building needs significant carpentry and masonry work. We have piles and piles of books and papers and other artifacts, some mixed in with trash on the second and third floors. We need to go through all of those things, separating the trash from the treasure. This beautiful building, where statehood was announced, has stood for almost 118 years. We would like to see it saved, preserved, and restored so that it is still standing in better shape than it is now in another 100 years. We need your help. If we don't save it, who will? I can tell you who will. No one.
Oklahoma has such rich history, and there's none greater than this building, this place where we're at tonight. I'm so excited. You get to go downstairs and actually see some of the earliest publishing equipment that we've had in the state of Oklahoma. To think that the first newspaper was printed in this very facility, I mean, this is hollow ground. And then you can go upstairs and see the balcony where the state of Oklahoma was announced. Truly amazing. So this is a cherished resource, right? I mean, just an amazing facility that we should do everything that we can to protect. I am thrilled to be a part of it. You know, as a state senator for Oklahoma here in Senate District 20, which includes Guthrie and all of Logan County, I'm just immersed myself in the great history that this state has, but Guthrie is so special with what they have for their history in the state of Oklahoma, and this building is symbolic of that very history. I think that there's going to be a sizable investment by those that want to see this building become the grand place, the prize on the prairie that it once was.
This is such a magnificent structure, not only the history, but just what's in it. The printing presses, the woodwork, the historical documents that are here. A fabulous part of our history of Guthrie, actually of our history of Oklahoma. It's such a foundation piece in Guthrie, America. A great effort to preserve a great part of Guthrie, America.
The Oklahoma Historical Society manages 26 museums and sites across the state. Our mission is to collect, preserve, and share Oklahoma's history. And we do that through document archiving and through our collections, and also through sharing it on our Gateway to Oklahoma History. As someone who is passionate about Oklahoma history, we're standing right here at the epicenter of Oklahoma history. This is where statehood was announced. But more than that, this building was built in the early 1900s. This building tells a story, and if this building were to ever go away, that story would go away with it. The buildings are some of the only things that we have that can be a tangible connection to our past. And they can do something unique. They can put us in that environment that helps us to understand what it was like to live back in those days. And so when we lose these wonderful buildings, we lose a piece of ourselves. And so when we're hoping that the fundraiser is successful and that this building will be able to preserve for our kids and our grandkids to come back and enjoy it 50, 75, 100 years from now.
The Creepy Collective is a weekly podcast where we talk about all things creepy. And then we also do monthly paranormal investigations.
Yeah, we just did our first investigation in Denver, but we spend a lot of time here in Guthrie. As we were looking for locations to go and do investigations, Guthrie just kept popping up on every list that we would look at. And so we've spent a lot of time out here. The people of Guthrie are just amazing. Clarissa with the Publishing Museum has been really great and welcoming to us, and that's been our experience with everybody in Guthrie. We've gotten to do some really cool things. We did the Stone Lion, we've done the Guthrie train station, Guthrie Haunts, so we're just making our way all around Guthrie.
Valkyrie Paranormal is participating in the world's largest ghost hunt, which brings awareness to historical preservation and museums across the nation. We love to work with the museums and other historical locations because they are our history, and we want to share the stories behind them to do some fundraising and preserve the building a little bit better.